threshold of independence.
To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
It is based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty,
Sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners,
but also of compassion, sacrifice,
this government threw my mother out of window.
courage,
The Iron Lady of the Western world.
and kindness.
Which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
His story on Nigeria Info. Tuesdays, 1:30 p.m. Thursday, 9 p.m. Sunday, 6:30.
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life.
History is who we are, why we are the way we are.
Good afternoon and welcome to Hard Facts in 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Sam Oråcle Chinedu. How you doing? All right, I believe you said you are wonderful. This is the 18th day of the 6th month in 2021. As someone who is crazy about time, to put it in specific terms, we have just one more Friday before June comes to an end. The next one is 25th, and that's just about it. So understand that time is moving. It's elapsing. Do what the clock does. Keep moving. Well, today on Hard Facts, we have a lot reserved for you. I'd like to start with what I like to call stories to get bothered by. A couple of stories in the news that you and I should pay attention to. And I'll be looking at a couple of things anyways. When you and I have that conversation, we will have that conversation. Coming up at 4 p.m., the traffic situation in River State yesterday was impossible. That's the best way to describe it, because we had lots of horror tales of people who said they were stuck in traffic. I think the record I heard was someone who said 6 hours. I heard 2, 3, 4, but one dude said he was there for 6 hours. It's impossible, or better yet, it's very hard to beat that. We're going to be having conversations around that, the bother on town planning, the traffic, and whether or not a couple of those projects should be happening concurrently. 5 o'clock brings another conversation. Now, a group of, intellectuals, I'll call them, did a research, and they realized how much it took to raise one child. Or better yet, how much one child will cost a parent in a 12-month space. You will not believe how much that is. And being a Nigerian parent, you might want to pay attention to that conversation. I'll be speaking with one of those who did the research to see how well we're doing and whether or not we can afford to have as many children as we want. 6 o'clock brings some major news, and after that, it's open season. This is where you get to respond or react to any of our stories if you didn't have the opportunity to do that earlier. And of course, at 7, I get out of here. Are we good? I think we are.
When knowledge meets action, information liberates. How informed do you need to be to thrive in a fast-changing world?
Listen to experts only.
Keep it dial locked on 92.3 Nigeria Info for the best of news, talk, and sports 24/7.
I am listening. Are you?
We're starting with a story that requires government's attention. Of course, the last time we reported this, it went along the lines of students of River State College of Health Sciences in River State, Port Hackett, continue their protest for a third day, and this was a report from yesterday, I believe, as they expressed disappointment that no one had addressed their complaints. The students on Thursday accused the school authority of misappropriation of funds from the school fees.
Most 80,000 naira, that's what I paid. They are not using it well enough because most in our classroom, before we get to the end of our lecture, another student will come that they want to learn. There is no space for learning and everything. So
they are suffering a lot. As you can see, if rain falls today, nowhere to pass in this school. Everywhere is flood. It's very bad. The government should look into this matter. We are dying here, seriously. No classrooms, lecture hall, nothing. We are using only one molu pump.
Our demand, they are not even looking at them. No response from any quarters, no resolution, no dialogue.
All right, going from that story, before we move to the next one, in the meantime, a source told our correspondents that the university does not receive financial assistance from the state government. I'm sure that's a conversation that needs to happen. I'm certain that someone from our end has tried to reach out to someone from there to very likely have that conversation, because we need to know how and why. And then moving on, 2 days after a section of the Eleme Aleto bridge on the east-west road collapsed for the third time, some residents and traders around the area have accused the NDDC and federal government of playing politics with it. Some of them told correspondent Martha Okere that the road has been flagged off for construction several times, but nothing has been done. They said businesses have crashed due to the bad state of the bridge.
My own leaders in Eleme here, they don't even know what they are doing. All the time, people just come tell them want to flag up, they will set chair, set canopy, come flag up and go and share the money. Check out yesterday, one small car just almost to fall inside the bridge. I don't know whether they wait to see the day where the bridge will collect life before they go come work am. One tip I know if you come up for road, they are saying they carry stand go for beggar, all this place they do work. Rather, I go they hold up here. Before the tip I tell you, no, they go again. So how we wait there, want to chop? They chop up and then when I tell them, if people do something, all we go call the bridge, make all of us suffer. They walk the road from East-West Road down to Eleme Junction, stop. They walk it from Calabar through Gori, stop at Chela Park. What happened to this one? Which medicine they do here that the road cannot be walked?
NDDC can't help us now, I beg. Federal government, they can't help us now, I beg.
Now, correspondents gathered that personnel from RCC, a construction company, came to patch up the bad section of the Eleme Aleto bridge, but the youths in the area drove them away, demanding full repair work on that road. This comes almost 2 years after federal lawmakers from River State staged a protest on the Eleme Aleto bridge, demanding speedy rehabilitation. The lawmakers included member representing Obiakpo Federal Constituency, Kingsley Chinda, and his counterpart in Andoni, Opobonkoro, Awaji, Inombek, Abiante. The bridge leads to the Port Harcourt refinery and links several states, south states, of course. Okay. So those two stories are citizens asking for the very basic. It's not like a child that's asking the dad to give a kidney for a surgery. No, that's an extraordinary ask. It's the child asking for food, which is basic. Now, being a parent, boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, boy and girl become husband and wife, and then boy and girl, who at this point, thanks to their marriage, have become man and woman, bring kids into this world. It is their responsibility. It is their responsibility to take care of as many kids as they bring into this world. So the first story, students of a school asking for the basic. Now again, as I said, that report was when last we looked yesterday. We have no idea if anything has happened today, and we're hoping that, well, they've reached out to someone. So students asking for the very basic. A child asking for food. Mommy, I'm hungry. The child is not saying, give me an expensive shoe. Pair of shoes, rather. It's, Mommy, I'm hungry. Eleme Aleto Bridge. Caving in, collapsing, whatever. And the people around there saying, government, we need food. We need this bridge fixed. Because it's too important to this community. Of course, for the next few minutes, I'm supposed to talk about how government neglects or ignores its responsibility and all of that. But I need us to understand that when we get as low to the point where we're asking for the basics, It is not a reflection of a problem, it's a reflection of failure. When we've gotten to the point where we are begging for the very basics, then you know that it's not a system error, it's a system failure. How do we get here? What do? We keep talking for development. So those in position to fix these problems understand that you're not doing anybody a favor, you're simply doing your job. What the students are asking for, I mean, let's even get into that story. Water, power. They are asking for toilets. They're literally asking that they are treated like human beings in their school. They have toilet facilities. That's all. They're not saying pay my school fees. They're not saying, yes, the finance part is also a part of the mix. But these are basic things. It's not too much to ask. And for that protest to have lingered for 3 days, the silence on the side of government is loud. It says too much. So let's not let things get to the point where people have to march on the streets, because it really does seem like government only listens to force. When people go to the polls and vote, of course, there'll be conversations around whether or not their votes count. And you've won the election. You've got into power. It's time for you to fulfill the promise. Now, those same people have to go to the streets to march to ask you, Chairman, sir, your job description requires that you do this. I mean, think about me as a broadcaster. Today I'm on Hard Facts, tomorrow I'll very likely be on something else. But of course, getting this job became with a contract, which I signed. I agreed that I would do as much as I'm supposed to, that the job description provides. And of course, I'm supposed to get a paycheck at some point. And then after signing that and shaking hands and say, oh, thank you very much for joining the AIM family, Mr. Sam. We hope you have a wonderful time. I'm like, yes, thank you. Then for my first show, the owner of the station has to come. Mr. Sam, sir, it's time for your show. Remember the contract you signed? We would very much love that you make yourself available in the studio. Turn on the mic and say a few things. You know, speak English. Basically do what your contract states that you need to do. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, I think I'll be there tomorrow. I don't think I can make it today. I say, okay. I'm sorry for disturbing your sleep, sir. And then tomorrow again, the owner of this station comes and says, Sam, as discussed earlier, specifically yesterday, it would be nice for you to be on Hard Facts today. You see, the facts are hard, and someone has to tell them like it is. And your voice seems like the perfection that would deliver that message. And I'm like, did I say today? You say, yes, sir. You said today. I say, I don't think today will work. Oh, it will not work. My waist, I have this waist pain. It's very heavy. I cannot move it. And you know, you can't do Hard Facts with a stiff waist. You're like, okay, that's no problem, sir. Let's see how next week will be. And then I refused to get to the studio so many times. The owner now has to protest. We no go agree. It will never happen. It literally is fiction. I'm imagining it. But hey, come to Nigeria, it's happening. Somebody we employ to be in a position that has access to the treasury of the state or the country or whatever, you know, area they cover. We put in with our votes, we pay taxes. You need to use your political will to make things happen. We now have to beg. Please, oh, the children need water. Give us water. I don't get it. So that's where we are. Protest, the only language anybody listens to. Coming up next, I'll be taking my next story. It's one of victory, really. But I have a thing for seeing sadness where there's joy. So you and I will have that conversation shortly. After the break.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9.
Development.
With one voice, our potential is realized. This is your number one news, talk, and sports radio station. 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am listening. When knowledge meets action, information liberates. How informed do you need to be to thrive in a fast-changing world?
Listen to experts only.
Keep it dial locked on 92.3 Nigeria Info for the best of news, talk, and sports 24/7.
I am listening.
Welcome back. Still Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. Stories to get bothered by. Now, we've talked about a couple of persons who are not happy with the way things are going, and well, they have protested. Coming up next, I'll be talking about something else, but I'd like to get your thoughts on those issues. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. And 0817-923-0009. Please turn off your radio as you call me. It's going to help us a great deal. You can also send messages to 080-903-06-416. That's for WhatsApp and Telegram. Ezekiel Isaiah says the Nigerian government is not ready for education. Their educational policies are very poor. No reasonable educational facility, but put in place for students to make learning more attractive. Ezekiel Isaiah from Rumudara. Thank you very much, Ezekiel, for sending that. And I have Henry from Nkpolu. Hello, Henry.
Yes, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, on the issue of the students protesting, Sam, you see, this is the bad side of the government. But I must tell you something here, Sam. Do you know why they will not give attention to the students that are protesting?
Tell me.
Because if you check around, all the major public-private schools today are being owned by these our leaders and our politicians.
Oh.
So they want the government schools to go down, to die finally, so that at the end of it, you will have no choice than to come back to where they will collect the money, give you a very high bill. That is just what they are doing.
Okay.
So that is why they don't want to give attention to it. That is just the truth. Because when you check, the last time I checked here, you know, in this our present government today, we're giving a private individual, a hospital, 500 million naira to help to run the schools, while our state owned is dying. Okay. May God have mercy on this our state.
All right,
thank you. God bless you.
Henry, the name is Sam. Emmanuel from Mile 3. Hello, Emmanuel.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Thank you, Sam. Sam, this school problem, this is the fourth day this has been protesting in that school. No government official will go and address them. The governor has kept quiet. Commissioner for Health kept quiet. Commissioner for Education kept quiet. I'm told they will say that people are sponsoring them. Sam, my brother told me something that a child will find a house before going outside. I know the governor has flagged up 3 campuses of universities all over the state. But this one now, no toiletry, no water, no light, everyone everything. We want to have the government to mobilize for the students. Sam, I'm very even say government, if we love education, want to back to progress, why not go and address that issue? For the past 4 days, all over the news, people are protesting. Nothing is done till now. Sam, I'm very even say government, let me look in work, because tomorrow morning they say that sponsoring them to protest to the market river state. Today, nobody's market river state now. This is what everybody can see, that a school that has no water, common water to bathe and go to school, no light. Sam, let the governor do the needful for the students. Sam, thank you.
Thank you very much. King from Waterlines. Hello, King. Apologies. Call back if you can over to WhatsApp. Sam, the story is contradictory. School of Health, not in healthy, conducive environment. So what makes it a school of health? Sam, that's the political position occupants we have for getting their primary function, the bridge on the Federal Road. And the comment goes on to read, School of Health, River State chapter not receiving any assistance from the state. I think the school should recognize Mr. Project, POS Africa, as owner and control it, and he will respond to it as in River State University. Oh, really? Well, King is back from Waterlines. Hello, King.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam.
Good afternoon.
In the issue of College of Health, I am not happy the way things is going. How can a provost in a school say he is not aware that the gen is not working? The first day the protest started, addressed the students, he said that he's not aware that the gen is working, which is very bad. The way the state government is doing concerning the educational sector is very wrong. What should we do? What should we do? For the past 3 days now, no lecture, nobody has sent to us. We are just there doing nothing. If you come to the school, now that when it's falling, if you come to the school, there's nowhere you can even stand. Neither even things is going wrong. What should we do? Must everybody carry guns? It's very bad. They're not happy. They're not happy. There is no place to even keep waste. No place in that school. All what they after is money. What are they using the money for? You don't know. No lecture hall, no nothing. Come to the school and see what is happening now. Just come to the school premises now. That's raining. No, we are not happy. We are not happy.
Thank you very much, King. Chima from GRA. Hello, Chima. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Talk to me.
Sam, I think what is happening is this most people play fingers. Now, when somebody is starting with responsibility, you small and big, then you have to come to the office and promise the people what you are going to do for them, and you let people are done, and you see people singing praises. So these people see as those praises that they are doing it. It is not their job. That they are doing it for the people. You understand? So that is what is happening. So many things are not that make these people to relent on their responsibility, what they are supposed to do for the people. That is what's happening. You understand? So because I find it interesting why we made you whatever you are to preside over the affairs of the state, and at the end of the day, what you are supposed to do, you want to make the people to see themselves before you do it. And further inside that school, sometimes I begin to wonder, is that really a school where people live or learn? Honestly, Sam, you people should try and go there and see the system by yourself. Those students are suffering. They are suffering. I think the government should do something. It's not about bailing out some millions of dollars, naira to our neighboring state and all that. Let him do something about that too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Obi is calling from Eleme. Let's call OT from Emoha. Hello, OT.
Good afternoon, my brother Sam Oråcle Chinedu.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
The only oracle of my daughter. See, I am ashamed of some of our political beneficiaries. I am surprised that the provost of that school, the provost, said he's not aware there is no power in that school. See, I am ashamed of our political beneficiaries. I am very, 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 very surprised at this. The Islam professor said that he's not aware that power is not in that school. See, students should continue their protest. I'm supporting them. While we are busy flagging off, commissioning, and paying for video coverage and all those things and TV space. The students are there languishing. No water, no nothing. Thank you very much. I'm ashamed.
Thank you very much. Now, if he said that he's not aware that the gen is not functional, believe him. But here's the thing. When people make those statements, it's because their own gen is working. I mean, think about it. We've said it countless times. If those in positions of power get to enjoy the epileptic power supply that we also enjoy, this would be fixed. It is the truth. So if the proverb says, oh, I didn't know their gen is not working, it is because his own gen is working. Now, I'm not saying we should ruin his gen. No, that's not the idea. I'm just saying we need to do better. Felix from Rumudara. Hello, Felix.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my wife is going to that school.
All right, that's wonderful.
And most times I end up going there to drop her in school or sometimes. Or somebody takes me there.
Okay.
Look, that is not a school. It's even worse than a secondary school. I'm telling you, when rain falls, it is so flooded that even your car, you can't pass. That's how bad. The classroom that I knew in those schools since 1994 or 95 are the same school, the same building that I saw. They have not seen any difference. No development. The school is just stagnant. And that school, I think, has helped in training health workers in this school, in this state, so much that we have neglected the school. We have neglected everything about the school. That school is supposed to be a school that people carry like the way they do school, college of nursing and all that. But you just I don't understand why we abandoned that school. Some people that will train people is a shame, truly.
All right, thank you for sharing. Bright from Ogoni. Hello, Bright.
Yes, good evening, Sam.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
All right, concerning the issue of the school we are discussing, it is a shame. It is a shame that we have this problem in our schools. These River State schools are not fixed, and we are giving out cashing money to other, private schools, and they are giving money to our friends in the name of try to upgrade somebody's university. It's a shame. But why I called, I want those people, I want those praise singers like Madam Dopaden to call. Let me hear them. Because when it comes to issues that we move the state forward, they always play politics and shy away from telling the governor the truth. I called because I want to hear Madam Dopaden and others call. That's why I called. Thank you.
Oh, Bright, you seem to have something personal against Madam Daughter. Godwin from GRE. Hello, Godwin. Good afternoon. It's Sam, and please turn off your radio.
Yeah, Dayo, I want to say something.
Emeka, please turn off your radio.
Okay, I've done that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, please, I want you to go to that school and see what people are just saying and what the students are protesting. Dayo, you will see that place, you will regret. If that place is a new school, I want there to visit somebody. For once, I regret why I entered there. I was reading them. So governor should look into that and consider. In the same school that is giving money, billions to other. Okay, look at what he said. A low school in Bayelsa that you build a hostel that worth how much? And this school is in his village. Please let him try. Thank you.
All right. Well, I've said it before. I don't know why the document's taking too long. I've started the process to officially change my name to Dio. I've just not gotten those papers. So when they come through, we'll have cause to celebrate. Over to WhatsApp now. A source confirming that the state government does not fund the School of Health Sciences. One of its truths is that no one should pretend in whatever way that he or she is not aware that the River State government has little or no attention to education in River State. The handwriting is everywhere. Moving UST to 5 campuses, which I've never heard before, does not mean education is booming in the state. The container is being partially painted, leaving the content in near total collapse. Just visit a few schools in River State and grant students and teachers interview. You'll be shocked. Short of words, rather. Some things are better left unsaid. Tamanosaki Jumbo. Well, saying we should visit a school. I mean, our correspondents cover this, so they've been there countless times. And these things we truly have seen. Well, you know what it is. We can only hope. Now over to the next story to get bothered by. It's a good one. This is what you and I would call good news. 2 days after he was abducted by unknown gunmen, the technical manager of Rivers United Football Club, Stanley Eguma, has regained his freedom. The general manager of the football club, Chief OK Paluku, confirmed his release to newsmen in Port Harcourt on Friday morning. Recall that Eguma was abducted on Wednesday along the Enugu Road with 2 of his personal assistants on his way back from a Nigeria Professional Football League game against Adamawa United, played at the Ribadu Square Stadium, Yola, which the Port Harcourt-based side lost 2-0. Paluku, in a short message, said the Rivers United club handler has breathed the air of freedom. He said, "We are grateful to God for his mercy. Our technical manager, Stanley Aguma, has been released by his abductors. Our God is gracious." He neither stated where or how Aguma was freed. Also, and this is the most important part of this report, he did not state if any ransom was paid to those who held him captive. Full stop. First of all, we are happy that Aguma is a free man. The family would not want to know how or why. The most important thing to them now is that their relative, their brother, their father, their uncle is alive. And that's good news. But it's good news that comes from bad news that shouldn't even have happened in the first place. Now, most times, when someone has been released from the den of the abductors, from kidnappers, this last line is the common denominator. He did not state whether or not a ransom was paid. And we've had a lot of people that have lived that experience. Dr. James Ayuwo a couple of months ago, and we're making noise on radio. It's been 2 weeks. The traditional ruler. I mean, you know someone who knows someone who has been kidnapped. I know 3 persons personally who have been kidnapped. So being a victim of kidnap now looks like a tag. It's almost like everyone has an ID card. I feel like where 2 or 3 are gathered, they could have conversations like, "How far, they don't kidnap you before?" I say, "No, they don't." Now 2 years ago, you say, "Me, they just kidnapped me last week." I say, "They never kidnapped me yet." Now, wow. That's where we are. Of course, we understand why they wouldn't say they paid a ransom. For security reasons. Yeah, it's understandable. And even though I cannot confirm, I know that out of 10 kidnaps, a majority of those persons had to pay. I mean, think about it. The federal government at some point, their body language tilts a bit towards settling a couple of bandits that have abducted students. So I'm guessing some people will say, if federal government feed do am, who am I that I would not did it? I will also did it. We don't know if a ransom was paid, but the kidnapping business is booming. It is thriving. And every other day, somebody is kidnapped. They're released after a few days. We have no idea how, but it keeps happening. You know why? Because the business is thriving. And the fact that it continues to happen means there is profit there. So that tells you that people are cashing out. And I don't even want to go into the profile of who was kidnapped. Stanley Aguma, technical manager of Rivers United Football Club. The most important thing is he's a Nigerian. But sometimes when it happens to someone who, is in a public space, a public figure, it hits differently because, well, he's someone a lot of people know. He didn't go to steal. He went to do his job. Took the team to, what state was that? Is that Adamawa? Played the game. The pain has to be double because they already lost 2-0. And then coming back, technical manager kidnapped. I'm certain on that day someone said, "Can this day get any worse?" But let me tell you how bad it is. Ahmed Musa, the Super Eagles captain, who signed for Kano Pillars, does not play away games. You know why? So he doesn't travel. And I'm sure security is one of those reasons. Because these boys, they know they look face. There was a time in Nigeria where traveling by road used to be fun. It was quite the experience. If you were going to Lagos, the fun was not in the destination, but the journey. You were going to tell stories of all the places you guys would have to stop and eat. There were popular spots where every car would stop to refuel. There were lots of things that you bought on the road. The journey itself was also part of the adventure. Now, the journey is a horror story. There was a time that people could boldly take night bus. Night bus used to be a very big thing. Say, they go Lagos, no worry, I'll come out this night. And tomorrow morning, they'll get there. It was almost certain. Now, my dear, think about that journey. Think about it again. Think a third time. Then stay back home. Now, most people, if they can't fly, don't worry, let's do Zoom, my brother. I don't need to come, eh? I will see your face, you will see my face. It is terrible now. It is terrible. I mean, think about it. Kidnapping used to be the exclusive preserve of certain notable persons, you know. It was for the high and mighty. You had to be a very big man or a politician. And then it seemed like it was only political. Oh, there's this man they kidnapped. Say, let's say the kind of politician or big businessman, or it's his political opponent. We didn't really have these headlines as much. It happened just once in years. They'll say, this man has been kidnapped. They say, he don't do something. It was always tied to what the person did. You know, you just believe there was something tied to it. Now, we slowly got to the point where kidnapping became the privilege of expatriates in this part of the country, because certain people in certain places were trying to make a statement to the federal government. Well, now, kidnapping is exclusive to Nigerians. Well, not exclusive, but it's for all of us. You don't have to be anything. Big man, small man, you can also be kidnapped. You too can be kidnapped. I feel like if there were a TV or radio commercial, if say in a land, the poverty capital of the world, you too. I don't have that deep voice, you know, to pass the message. But understand that, you know, it can happen to you too. So you want to ask, what is happening? Why is it this bad? Now think about this. Nigeria is a country with too many checkpoints, but too little security. You're traveling here, you see checkpoint upon checkpoint upon checkpoint. Yet, little security. Meanwhile, other countries where you do not see police officers on the roads as much have better security. So what are they doing that we are not doing? Very quickly, they are deploying technology. And it does not make sense that we're not thinking along those lines. I don't know how. We talk about security and some other things. And most times when you listen to your government officials, the only thing that comes out of their mouth is, we will deploy 5,000 policemen. And you're like, that's just about it. No fresh ideas. Well, on Nigeria Info, we talk for development. So what are the solutions? Well, here it is. Those are the people that have a better working security system. Of course, there's no system that is absolute. You must have crime. They don't have men on as many streets as we do. They deploy technology. If you break a traffic rule, a traffic violation, nobody will chase you, but you will get your ticket. You know why? Because they have an effective data management system. An accurate, updated database. Everybody's data is somewhere. They know how many persons are in the country. Here, just to do NIN, just for the purpose of capturing data, it is a problem. We also have to pass through another, I paid 5,000, I paid 10,000. That's the first thing you need to do. Imagine a Nigeria where somebody goes, well, a couple of people, I've heard that they come in groups, go to kidnap someone, and before they get to their destination, we already know the getaway car, because certain cameras on certain street lights have captured the number plate, and it's reading. We know who has it. We know these are things. It's not expensive. It's not rocket science. It's not even innovation. It's been around for too long. And somehow, we don't use it. Surveillance system. It's basic technology. We should have CCTVs in public places and spaces, where before somebody kidnaps, they will think twice, because you know there's a system that works and it's not so expensive. I mean, look at Abuja. A couple of years, there was a contract to install CCTV in the whole of Abuja. And we made noise and deliberated how many million? I can't remember. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, go and check Abuja now. That tells you what we are paying attention to. But this same government will spend billions to feed kids that were at home during the lockdown. The same government will spend billions for pilgrimage, which is a personal thing. I'm thinking of all the places we've put in money where it didn't seem like it translated to a better life. And security is still as crazy. And so, because we are where we are, I will have to come on radio and talk about 2 days after he was abducted by a known gunman, the technical manager. Now he's free. And he did not state if any ransom was paid. Of course he would not state. The guy is just happy to be back. I better make I lie down first. Drink some more water. Ransom, no ransom. My family is happy. You wouldn't blame the guy. So there you have it. I don't know if I'd say congratulations, but well, I'm happy for his family. Rivers United Football Club, we're all happy. And in the statement, it says, we are thankful to God. We thank God for his mercy. Nobody's thanking any authority because they know it's only God that is who are we going to thank? He's God. So please, we've gotten to the point where we need to think along technological lines. See, the world is not even going digital. Digital is not, we've gone digital. Now it's artificial intelligence. It's crazy how technology is a conversation that is so, that in 2021, we're still trying to convince people that e-voting is a better way. Like we're trying to tell people that electronic voting. But hey, we're a work in progress, aren't we? That's what we are. So welcome back, Mr. Iguma. I'm glad you made it out alive. And I wish you nothing but life and more life. So the family, please hug your brother, your father, hold him tight. Because you didn't have him yesterday or the day before. And I know you've prayed 1,000 prayers, shed 1,000,000 tears, asked God why countless times. Well, the God you were hoping and trusting in has answered you. That's my take. I'd like to hear yours. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. And of course 0817-923-0009. Why is the governor dashing out money to other states without remembering the problem in his household? Charity, they say, begins at home. It's not good at all. Aminu says, it's unfortunate this happened, but next time they should go on air because Nigeria is now bad and unsafe. These days to go by road. It's obvious, unsafe travel by road. I mean, we have to travel by road. You know, I can't go to Bayelsa by air. If I need to get to Bayelsa, it's road. So it's a means of transportation that still all of us cannot fly. Hello? Please turn off your radio. Alright, I will turn it off for you. Thank you very much. River State government is a government of bridge, not school. Let the students go site and learn how to construct bridge. Boniface from Woji. Really, Boniface? And Daniel is on the phone. Alright, Daniel, call back if you can. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this Peter calling from Putako.
All right. Apologies. I heard nothing from there. It's quite unfortunate that the state governor went to a private university in the state, grant of 500 million, and neglected the state health institution without any attention. The governor did not do well. Ihai Chuku says, statue is to roaches what flyover is to dash. Correct answer has a gift, Charles says. Okay, Charles. Amechi is calling from Obibo. Hello, Amechi.
Good day.
Good afternoon.
My name is Chinedu.
All right.
I'm calling from Aleto.
Go ahead.
I think what we are discussing, the way we can get that on the country, and now give them to I think that is a big question.
I can hardly hear you, Amechi, but let's see if it gets better. Go ahead. Okay. And that's an Amechi looking to talk about Wike. Hello? Hello? Okay. Good evening. Go ahead. All right. Something is not right with the phone lines. If we talk of solution, first, political position occupants will tell themselves the truth. So to every call we make can be tracked. Criminal kidnappers can be tracked. The solution to Nigeria's issue lies within themselves. Our leaders are not interested in real security, but in making money and budgetary allocation to security. How do you explain the lazy generic tag of bandits, terrorists, and unknown gunmen? Nigeria is still an infantile country with a celebrated looting spree. Nigerians are simply on their own. This is from Gifts in Port Harcourt. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Peter from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
When you are talking about insecurity in this country, insecurity in Nigeria cannot be deleted. The government has given 10 revenues of security vote. What do you think will happen? Every state governor wants to make the state ungovernable for other people so that the government gives them more money for security vote. Money that's going to be used for something else are given out to just free for the government just to use to polish their houses.
Okay. Well, it didn't seem like you had gotten to the end of the sentence, so that's why I waited a while. Well, hey, we have 2 minutes left between now and 4 p.m. The news, of course, comes at the top of the hour, and after that, we're talking about traffic from yesterday. Too many persons were stuck in different places, disappointed. We're looking for a way forward. Don't go anywhere.